All right, guys, what is up? Alternate Investor here, bringing you some more Riftbound Origins as promised in the last video. Unfortunately, my case of the Riftbound Origins that I had ordered has been delayed, so I've not been able to open that up and create that video yet. But this weekend we did have a local card festival in town. Was able to actually snag here 2 boxes of Riftbound Origins for a pretty good deal, among some other stuff I bought that I will share with everyone here at a later date. But for now, we're going to open up some Riftbound Origins, kind of a blast from the past, as we get ready for the new set Vendetta. It comes out here in just actually a few weeks, less than a month. So let's get right into it. So I was actually able to snag these for 170 a piece, and I gotta say that is a hell of a deal considering where they are right now, because they are the case is just shot up all of a sudden. So the case that I bought that I intend to share on video here that I want to do the EV mapping on, I bought that case for $1,000. And I saw it trending downward. I thought maybe with the recent reprint that it was going to hit somewhere closer to 900. But I figured, when I saw that slight tick up, there's no point in chancing it. So I went ahead and snagged it. And right afterward, man, everything just started skyrocketing upward. Right now, it's sitting at $1,500 a case of 6. So definitely glad I went ahead and picked that up. So yeah, I got one case coming. Bought these obviously here. Ravenborn. Oh, look at that. Kicking it off strong. Chaos Rune to begin with. And of course, we're not going to focus in right away. So yeah, hell of a deal. Can't complain about that. 2 boxes for 170 and then got a case for 1,000. And now I think we are looking at it being officially out of print and no more runs coming unless we hear something otherwise from Riftbound, or from Riot rather. But that is more than likely not going to be the case. So whatever you got, enjoy it. If you can find a deal at your local store, definitely jump on it would be my opinion. Because otherwise, that is it for this run. So, like any other of our videos, I am going to blaze through commons and uncommons. We've all seen what they are, but I will share with everybody the final findings of percentage breakdown on rares, showcases, epics, and all of that. And so far, not doing that great, actually. Chaos Rune's the best hit. So I think I mentioned in the last video as well, with the intent with opening up another case of Origins is to see how far back the concern goes on the mappability or kind of the non-randomness of these boxes, to see how far this issue kind of stems back. Because the latest cases, we pretty much get that consistent set of rares and the showcase runes, and then the epics and showcases seem to be a pretty consistent non-randomized set, which is a little bit concerning because in my mind that tends to mean the boxes become mappable. Okay, there's our first hit. Got a showcase Ari, not bad. I do of course already have that one because that's one of my favorite characters, so I've been buying up all PSA slabs on Ari that I can because I think that those are only going to increase in value, especially with Origins going out of print here. Mainly focusing on legend versions because those are the only ones, of course, that are playable in any of your tournaments. Reminder that if you are buying any PSA slabs of just normal rares, showcases, epics, whatever have you, those are not going to be playable in your deck. Even if you have the token card to mark them, your local store may allow you to get away with it, but you're not technically allowed to do that in the tournament. So keep that in mind. All right. So we've got a Nocturne. I've already got my play set of those. Party Favors. And there we go. Epic Seal of Strength. Okay. So something I am curious on as well. Like the showcase runes were mappable in the Unleashed set. Or I won't say mappable. They were a consistent amount in every single case, right? You got exactly one of each one. I was wondering if in Origins cases, booster cases, if that was the same thing going on there. Are you always getting one of each seal within that set? I haven't opened enough consistently to know. I've always bought, at least when I was starting out, I bought Origins by the booster box, not by the case. Spirit Forge was the first one I bought by the case, and these trends kind of started to show themselves. Kaisa Evolutionary. So far, this is a really weak start. We are almost, well, we're at least a quarter of the way through. Almost half the way. And it's not looking great. So this is kind of the concern I have with buying loose booster boxes is if someone's already gotten the case and taken all the good hits out, you may have just junk left over, which may be part of the reason that these got sold for $170 a box. Prison, Zanya's. I guess Zanya's is actually worth something. So there's an epic Teemo Strategist. And I honestly do not remember what kind of the breakdown was that we could expect from a booster box of Origins. How many epics and showcases we were supposed to get on average. Void Gate, Vi, and Set. One thing I am already noticing, it looks like we're getting fewer legends in Origins than we did in the new sets. Maybe I'm just speaking too early. It's not going great. Definitely not going great. Commons, uncommons. So we've got Asona, another Ravenborn Tome. Okay, Cadrigan the Infernal, so that's an epic. Not worth a whole lot, but that's all right. Got a Doomdrake, Kog'Maw, and a Seal of Unity, so another seal. So we are officially halfway through. We got 4 epics, 1 showcase rune. And again, I don't usually count those towards the percentage breakdowns when we're calculating potential foil slots and what they could be, just because those always seem to replace the rune slot only. Shen, Maddened Marauder. Got a foil Fighter Flight, Caitlyn, and a Deadbloom Predator. Can't really remember how much that's worth. Don't think we're finding really much money here at this point in time. If I remember correctly, this set doesn't have nearly as many over-numbered cards as our sets do today. We've got a Sky Splitter, Albus, and a Darius. And we are really feeling like a weak box here, in my opinion. Commons, uncommons. We got a foil Rebuke, a Jinx. There we go. Showcase Lee Sin. Very nice. Not an overnumbered, but alternate art nonetheless. Acceptable losses in foil, Kraken Hunter, and a Dr. Mundo. All right, we are down to our last 4 in this first box. The Arena's Greatest in foil, Fiora, and Arasa the Sunderer. So I actually needed another one of those, so I'm not going to complain about that one. Needed 2 for some of these deck builds. Does look like we have another showcase rune here. We've got a foil jeweled Colossal, Solari Shrine, Raging Firebrand. Oh, I was wrong. Just a regular. Okay. Huh. All right, last 2. We need something much better than what we have here. That's for sure. got something interesting going on back here. Oh god, don't tell me. Let's see. Yasuo, Legend, Primal Strength, and a Foxfire Epic. Okay. I do like that art. Beautiful card. Not worth a whole lot, but that's alright. Still on theme with our Ari, of course, our favorite legend. Alright, Foil Forge the Future, Malzahar, and a Karthus. So, all in all, not the best of boxes. 2 showcases. Looks like we ended up with 6 epics, 1 showcase rune. I will say the legend count is lower than what it is in more recent sets. There's only 6. That's actually better than what we've had to deal with in a lot of recent boxes here. You get like 11 and 13. Seem to be common numbers of legends that you end up opening. All right, clean this up, move this stuff off to the side here. And we will jump into another box, clean this off. All right, box number 2. Like I said, I'm sorry we're not opening 6 in this video. I would really like to have had that case already here. But with shipping the way it is these days, what can you expect? All right. Box number 2. We'll sort these out, keep them separate from everything else here. Terrible job of organizing, but trying to get through this quickly because this, of course, not the video I wanted to be making today. Wanted to be opening up a case, but that's all right. So we've got foil mushroom pouch, a mind splitter, and a last stand. Got a foil soaring scout, a Draven, and a seal of discord. All right. So first epic, another seal. Now I do know that both of these boxes did come from the same case. So if we see a duplicate, I think we can kind of bet that the likelihood of these cases having the consistent 6s or 1-offs are probably not the case for Origins. Noxus Hopeful, a Legend Darius, and a Lee Sin. Come on. Got a foil Monastery of Harana, a Blitzcrank, and a Binrir Thundersong. So once again, starting off just a little bit weaker than I would like. Got something here though. Got a Legend Volibear, Carnivorous Snapvine, ooh, and a Time Warp. All right, so epic number 2 so far is Time Warp. These cards just want to slide around everywhere. Don't know how everybody else is feeling about Time Warp. I am not a huge fan of the high mana cost for the effect, and I think the combo is kind of ridiculous and unlikely, but some people are playing it. Let me know how it's doing for you. Cleave, foil, Convergent Mutation, and a Commander Ladros. Okay, we are a quarter way through this box. Holy moly. Sometimes these packs, man, just do not want to cooperate. Oh, something spicy. A little bit spicy, maybe? Tide Turner. I do need one more of those, so that works. The Harrowing. And a Teemo Strategist. All right, so this is just the alternate art. Again, not an overnumbered. We are looking for overnumbered signatures if we want to make money on these boxes. Or at least overnumbereds. Portal Rescue in foil. Tasty Feyfolk. And a Tryndamere. Maybe something else spicy back here. Can't tell. Stupefy foil. It's always good to have in foil. A Legend Victor. And a Super Mega Death Rocket. So that works out well. I needed actually one more of those for my Jinx deck. I think I am going to try to play Jinx. I know it has not performed extremely well. Can be pretty inconsistent. But I think I have some ideas on that deck that I'd like to play out. We're going to try to take that one to a tournament at some point. Scrapyard Champion, Udyr, and Thousand-Tailed Watcher. Okay. Not a bad card to have. Two more, and we are officially halfway through this box. Fight or Flight. Too bad it's banned. Machine of Angel. And a Misfortune. Pack number 12. Foil Wielder of Water. A Mage Seeker Warden, and a Zenith Blade. So that's epic number 4. Yeah, epic number 4 for this one. Okay, still running a little bit lighter than I would expect. Maybe we'll make it up in the second half here. We need a big hit. A Foil Solari Chief, Falling Star, and a Legend Nine-Tailed Fox. So our favorite legend. Can't complain about that. Not worth anything, but still beautiful art. Great art to start out your set with. I will say that. First set coming out of the box strong. Or coming out of the gate strong. Coming out of the box. Foil Cruel Patron. Mistfall. And another seal. Seal of Strength. Okay. So I don't think so far we have any reprints. The seals seem to be consistent. Can't wait to get the case to see if that is in fact true. If you're always getting 6 seals, you know, anytime you get fixed amount of cards in a box, makes it a little bit less valuable more often than not. Got a Heimerdinger, Harness Dragon, and a Jinx Demolitionist. So once again, just an alternate art, not an overnumbered, which is too bad. Let's see if I can keep these together here. Separate out our showcases and epics from one another. Clean up these piles too. Okay. Keep moving. Moving right along. Foil Blazing Scorcher, Solari Shrine, and a Cane Unleashed. Need to figure out a way to get my monitor on the front side of my desk so I can actually see if I'm doing a good job of presenting these to you or not. Got a Cannon Barrage, Ari Alluring, and a Blind Fury. Okay. We are back to some pretty weak packs. Let's see if we can get this back up to a higher spice level. Something cool back here. Consult the Past in foil. Daughter of the Void, Kaisa. Ooh, and a Teemo Swift Scout. All right. Oh, it is signatured. Holy cow. Oh, let's see if we can get some light on it. Yes. There it is. Okay. Now, I will be honest. Not a fan of Teemo. So I am not sure if this one's worth anything, as I have not checked values on Teemo's. But that is a signature. Very nice. So we will get that into a sleeve right away. Is that a perfect fit? No. Okay. Very nice. All right, so that's the kind of hit you need to do really well in booster boxes of Riftbound. You get a foil signatured, overnumber signatured, and you are off to the races. Everything else is just a bonus now. Now, while we open these last packs, I'll speak a little bit about this. I have been buying a lot of PSA slabbed legends. Mostly overnumbered, unless they're legends that I really like. Poro Herder, a Nivea, and an Ava Achieva. Been buying a lot of them. Been buying all of the promos that I can. Been buying a lot of the alternate art legends. Been buying some of the alternate art unit cards and things like that. Although I'm trying to avoid those because, like I said, you can't play those when you play tournaments and stuff. So if that's not playable as well as collectible, I'm going to try to stay away from it a little bit more in Riftbound specifically. Chemtech Enforcer, Albus Ferris, and Teemo Scout. The values on the signatures, you get these in PSA 10, which they are consistently PSA 10. The gem rate's very high on Riftbound cards, and it's not surprising. A lot of your modern cards, it's very easy to get the gem rate. Your older cards, they were more susceptible to damage. They weren't as highly produced or weren't as well produced as cards are today. We've got the Dreaming Tree in foil, Tarek, and a Shakedown. So, yeah, you look at your PSA 10 overnumbered signature cards, and man, they can be thousands of dollars in a PSA 10 if they are not only playable, but highly collectible versions of art that people really like. You factor both of those in, and you're probably in the money once you send that off to PSA. Got a foil Shipyard Skulker, Swift Scout, and an Epic Victor. Very nice. All right, last two packs. And so I'm curious when it comes to Legends and getting PSA 10s in those. You do see a really high gem rate. I really wonder if they're going to hold their value. I feel like I've gotten good value on the ones I've bought, and I will go over that in a separate video once I kind of finish gathering what I'm looking for. Foil Sabotage, Promising Future, and a Showcase Misfortune. Very nice. So up to 4 showcases now. A little bit above average finally on the box. That's good. That's good. All right, last pack. But like I said, I will go over PSA 10s, getting slabs on the Legends and other Riftbound cards. We'll talk about value and how it has been slowly increasing, much like a lot of the TCG collectible world is right now. I mean, everything is just on fire. So we will go over that in a separate video. Got a Foil Charm, Leona, and a Convergent Mutation. All right. So box 2 definitely better than box 1. Got 6 showcases, or I'm sorry, 6 epics again. But this time hit 4 showcases, and of course our foil Teemo. That is a solid hit. That will probably grade well from the looks of it. We probably will send this on to grading, so I'll give you guys an update on that as well when I get that back. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, that case of 6 Origins, it is on the way. I will release that video as soon as I get that box, as soon as I open it. Trust me, I will not be waiting around for that one too long. I'll make that video right away, get to opening it, get that out to you guys, and I will give you the full EV breakdown on that. And then we'll really start talking about the slab cards, the ones I've bought. I'm looking at the ones I'm going to send off to grading. And then I'm hoping if we can get through all that quick enough, we can get into the new Magic the Gathering set that I'm looking forward to. I myself am quite the fan of Marvel, so I am very excited about the Marvel Superheroes set. I am going to be buying a case. My hope is that it continues to drop down a little bit lower in price. I know this, for whatever reason, the value does not seem to be there, but I love the cards, I love the art, I love the comic book style. It's fantastic in my mind. I'm just a huge fan of Marvel, so... all that said, I hope to see you guys in the next one.